Hello everyone and welcome back to the Blackfoot Book Club, and here on the banks of the River Severn with beautiful Ironbridge as a beautiful backdrop. And so rather than sitting at home and reading my own words from my laptop, I thought I'd come here back to Ironbridge and read my words from the only and longest running Liverpool fanzine still in existence, read all over the land, of which I'm an occasional and very lucky contributor. And so here I bring you Volume 3 of my Liverpool Football Club, the Retro series, entitled When the Reds Came to Town. Well, it's the silly season again, or, to be more footballing accurate, the silly pre-season, as the VAR generation spout endless nonsense on social media about transfers that simply must happen, as they've seen 3 minutes on YouTube of a player that must be signed, but if not him, well, here's another definite superstar in the making. And, well, Real Madrid don't want him anymore, and he'd be the perfect in the new midfield under the creation of the warm-hearted German from Stuttgart with the most magnificent of beards. Have you seen the goal scored by Dominik Szoboszlai from outside the penalty area? Do you think Aurélien Tchouaméni will fit into a Jürgen Klopp midfield? Why haven't we bought Moisés Caicedo from Brighton yet? And have you seen the YouTube clips of Romeo Lavia? Two more pressing questions I have are twofold. Number one, why is Jordan Henderson? Remember him? The man with the armband and a knack for dancing with trophies. Why is he so decried by members of the Reds 21st century fan base? And number two, why don't they just shut up, enjoy the English rain of an English summer, and perhaps reflect on the fact we have, injuries permitting, the linchpin of a midfield for a generation in Alexis Mac Allister, and the man with the beautiful beard from Stuttgart has built winning teams before. Many times. In fact, and perhaps, just perhaps, he's in the best position of all to attempt to gloriously reinvent his team once again. Okay, that's more than two questions. Another would be, doesn't anybody remember the trumpets and fanfare that accompanied the signing of Alberto Aquilani? Transfer talk is for the birds, my friend. A soothing salve for the pre-season blues, and social media ablaze with transfer rumours from 20-somethings that drink from the fountain of youth, lovers of the bureaucracy and equally ignorant of the dystopian tentacles of VAR, and they're young, handsome, idealistic, and probably ruggedly handsome, and yes, I'm jealous, and yes, I'd equally wish they'd stop going on and bloody on about players from other bloody teams. At the time of writing, the Reds have signed Dominik Szoboszlai and Alexis Mac Allister, and Jürgen Klopp is still the manager. For more opinionated fare such as this, can I send you to Amazon in search of my first self-published book on the Reds entitled Chasing the Impossible and a Sword of Damocles, which I'm sure the good editor of this esteemed and treasured publication will be only too pleased to plug for me, as it was he who roused me from my pre-season slumbers to ink my quill once more and transport us back in time with yesterday's paper, and I was more than happy to do so. According to the statistical historians of our great club, the Reds played 4 pre-season friendlies in the lead-up to the 1982-1983 season, and only one was played on English soil. A 0-0 draw with Servette in Switzerland was followed 4 and 5 consecutive days later, with back-to-back games with Real Betis and Malaga, before 6 days later defeating Tottenham Hotspur 1-0 at Wembley in the curtain-raising season opener, once simply known as the Charity Shield. The only recorded pre-season friendly for the defending champions of the First Division and holders of the League Cup was at the South Coast home of 3rd Division Portsmouth, and I know this to be true as I was there. 10 years old and my first ever Reds game, I only vaguely recall standing on the South Terrace as it was then known, and that all 3 goals in a 3-0 stroll under a South Coast sun were scored at the Milton end, an away section terrace with a ginormous wooden clock slap bang in the middle of the section. The starting 11 for this pre-season friendly was as strong as possible, and the de facto first 11 that would win everything in the early to mid-1980s. From Brucey in goal, through the impregnable defence of Hansen, Lawrenson, Neal and Kennedy, the blossoming talents of Ronnie Whelan and Sammy Lee alongside Captain Graham Souness, and the attacking partnership for the ages of Rush and Dalglish up front. I can't find a record of the substitutes that sunny Sunday in August of 1982, but with a starting 11 as glorious as that, who needs them? I know this game to be true, as naturally I hold this game dear to my red heart, as my live debut of seeing the pictures on my bedroom wall come alive in front of my disbelieving eyes for the first time. Graham Souness, the king. 2 more goals to add to the tally of official league and cup goals for Ian Rush that will never, ever be beaten. Brucey Grobbelaar in our goal. I may not have the memories of this day, but I know them to be true. I was there, and so was my dear lifelong friend Mark, who had his picture taken with every Liverpool legend named above after the match. Read that sentence again if you wish to raise your jealousy meter. My treasured friend has the photographic proof that the Reds came to town on a gloriously sunny Sunday in the middle of August 1982, and if you think I'm envious of his photo with Kenny Dalglish, then you be right. Alas, it would seem that Fabinho is destined for pastures new, Henderson is criminally castigated by the fantasy footballing playing VAR generation of social media illiterates, and the Reds haven't signed Tchouaméni, Caicedo or Lavia, or indeed any number of players that make transfer windows and pre-seasons such an incessant bore fest. Treat yourself to my new book, buy yourself an ice cream, or go for a walk along the coast, or a river. Go and get your tan from standing in the English rain for all I care. Just stop going on and on and on about other teams' players, and perhaps leaving the reinvention of our magnificent team to the German with the most magnificent beards of all. We'll be okay. And that is Volume 3 of my Liverpool Football Club, the Retro Series, brought to you on the banks of the River Severn. And I've got some props. Chasing the Impossible and A Sword of Damocles. It's the most magnificent of books. It's the best Liverpool book. Look at that spine. Look at that, it's beautiful. Look at it. It's the most beautiful Liverpool book you're never going to read. But go on, buy it. There's a link below. Go on, buy it. Go on. Go on. Yep, Father Ted. Yeah, go on, buy it. Anyway, look, we're in Ironbridge. Look at that reflection. Look at those stumbling words I've just provided to you. That's worth a book buying purchase from the internet, surely. Go on, buy it. Anyway, thanks for watching. And I'll leave you in peace and in solidarity. And thanks for watching this madness. I don't know. Peace, everyone.